As the media team is setting up, this is just a simple reminder to all the public speakers who have made it to the finals. Please and please do not be tempted to listen, but even if you do listen, do not be tempted to change anything in your speech after hearing it from another speaker. Last year we had a similar situation where a very good speaker listened to a speech of another person and he changed his entire speech during the semi-finals. Firstly, he didn't make it to the finals. And today when we were talking in our main convening room, the judges were like, if that person had come here, probably would be in the finals. So it means that your speech is good as the way it is. Do not tamper with it. All the best. Media team, are we set? And I would request the audience to just give us maximum attention and silence. If the speakers say anything that has made your heart skip a beat, just snap. Don't often do what I do, which is shouting. Don't. I see Shabil looking at me. Shabil, you want to break hearts?
Just a quick one as the media team gets ready. Those seats, those two lines are reserved for the students who got a scholarship, yeah? So if you're here, just move slowly and use those seats. The others are for the NEC members. If you're a NEC member, use that table with a blue cloth. And then here is for OPCOM. If you're an OPCOM or you're one of the big people, you can use here. Then there is for coordinators. If you're a coordinator, don't feel bad, David. People know their levels. Yes. If you know you're a coordinator, please, those other seats are yours. Thank you.
All right. We are set. Alicia, your time will start when you state the first one. But before that, please tell us your name and your school.
My name is Edwin Elisha from Achabasia Secondary School.
All right. Ambrose will do the timing. You can start whenever you are ready.
We here have suffered for a long period of time. We have tried enough, but we have died enough. Why have we died? It is because of this dangerous pandemic called HIV/AIDS. Now, we are tired of dying, but what is the solution for us to prevent this so-called virus called HIV/AIDS? This virus is spreading a lot because we are stigmatizing those who have the virus. We are not knowing that stigma is the main thing that is the main catalyst that catalyzes the spread of this virus known as HIV/AIDS. But we want to fight against stigma, but how can we fight against stigma? We can fight against stigma unless we reduce the spread of HIV/AIDS. So it is possible for us to reduce the spread of HIV/AIDS by abstaining from sex, being faithful to our partners, and using condoms for us who are adults. And not only that, this virus, so-called HIV/AIDS, is killing a lot of people, all because their mothers, HIV positive mothers who are pregnant, are not caring to go for the antenatal care in the hospitals, of which they are making their children have the virus, and yet the children did not contribute to getting the virus. So I encourage mothers to go and seek for medication, to go and deliver in the hospitals, not at home, and to seek for antenatal care. Youth, remember that we are the ones who bring the future. We are the future generation. So how can we eliminate this virus known as HIV/AIDS? We can stop this virus when we stay at school and abstain from sex. And I also urge parents who refuse to educate their children, parents who do not want to advise their children to prevent the spread of HIV/AIDS, please, you are digging a grave for your child. I, as a passionate Ugandan, passionate about ending HIV/AIDS, I would urge us, all of us, to get Christ and fight this virus. As I conclude, once we fight against HIV/AIDS, we will not regret. So please rise up and let's come and fight against this virus. Remember, it has killed a lot of people. And it will still do if you don't do what I have told you to do. Remember that we will fight this virus, and once it's ended, we will never regret. Trust me, we will never regret. We will live with joy, happiness, free from fear, free from discrimination, and with peace. Never forget that HIV/AIDS spreads due to ignorance.
Thank you very much, Edwondo and Lucia, for that. Next on stage, I am not calling the next speaker on stage until the audience Thank you very much, audience. Let us have the second speaker, Hussein Bukenya from Medina Islamic SS. Before you start, I want every speaker that is getting on stage to keep your eyes on Keith Ambrose over here. And I know some patrons are claiming that he didn't indicate when 1 minute was remaining, but yes, he did. Thank you very much. You can start whenever you're ready.
Alright, so say what Keith Ambrose is going to be doing is that after you finish use your first minute, he raises up his hand like this. If you are left with one last minute, he will again raise his hand like this. Ensure that you look at the judges as you look at your audience. Thank you.
On top of that, there will be a bell that you will hear after 1 minute, and there will be a bell that you will hear when you remain with 1 minute, so that we do not disorganize you. Is that okay?
And start whenever you're ready, but before, tell us your name and your school.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. My name is Hussein Bukenya from Medina Islamic Secondary School in Sanchi. Starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. People have a mindset about people with HIV, calling them monsters, calling them unaware, discriminating them from society. I want to take you back to a world of women, when women were treated as sex objects, given no time to live in the world, chased out of houses whenever men wanted, rose the feminist movement. Society decided to bring empowerment to women, whereby women are now recognized in the world. We do see many girls seated there, studying, accessing education, just because of society empowering them. And because of these feminist movements have still spoke about the role of women on fighting against HIV, showing women that they are supposed to wear condoms if men don't wear them, showing women that they should abstain from sex unless when they have gone for tests, showing women that what do they need to do in this world, but rather to fight against this disease. Then I ask myself a question: what is social transformation? We do want a world without HIV, but rather we need to empower the youth and show them that we need to live hand in hand with the people who have HIV, building up a mindset in the world and a mindset in the people's minds that HIV is not a disease that is going to just live unless when we work together as society. Sick or not sick, people who are infected are having a role in fighting against HIV. That is social transformation. And with this, how can we fight against HIV? Trust me, if the sick people are included in society, the stigmatization that is being seen can stop. How? The sick people can talk to you and show you the bad things in HIV and how best you can prevent yourselves from getting this disease. If we do include people in society, we can find out that the people without the disease can be able to provide medication to the sick people, removing out that stigma that's developing in the world today. For sure, the only reason why the disease is spreading more is out of ignorance, because if I'm sick of HIV, I'm going to spread it out of anger to you because you treat me as a monster. Does anyone in this world want to be treated as a monster? No, we all want inclusivity in our society. What is social transformation? Just like feminism, as I told you, women were included in society. It's the same thing we need to do. Work hand in hand, empower the sick, empower the youth, show the youth their role in fighting against HIV, because we see that 91% of this disease in Africa is amongst the youth and young people. What is our role in fighting against HIV? It's the same role that the women had in fighting against stigmatization. When men treated them as monsters, they responded by speaking against this. When we treat people of HIV as monsters, they will respond by showing us this. If we need change in the world, we need to realize that living together is by understanding our role, coordinating with each other, sick, not sick. If I'm sick, I will work with you, show you the benefits of having no HIV and how you would help me. Because if we want change, we would not get it from trees, or get it from outside the oceans, or get it from around the world. But rather the change has to start with me. The change has to start with you. You are the one to treat your neighbor who has HIV well. You're the one to show him how he should take medicine. You're the one to show him that. Because Mahatma Gandhi once says, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Thank you very much for that fine speech. We are going to welcome number 3. That is Mutebi Rukaya from Medina Islamic. The same timing, you'll hear the bell, and his Ambrose will still do this. Whenever you're ready, Mutebi. Your name, please.
Okay,
You can start whenever you're ready.
I was requesting before I start my speech, if people could break down the problems they face, like problems faced by HIV, and put them under my book there. Just 1 minute, please. It would really be helpful. Okay. I begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. In life, there are difficult situations we go through. Some of these situations might make us bitter, others might make us strong, or others might motivate us. I've been living with HIV for 16 years. When I joined school, I remember there was one day, children decided to bring a topic concerning HIV. And I had one of the students say, people suffering from HIV are stupid. People suffering from HIV should go and die. People suffering from HIV are just disgusting our society. In my head, I thought and said, the mentality these people are having, they don't know that there are innocent lives out there who got HIV without knowing. Innocent lives out there who were born with HIV. There are so many problems people who are suffering from HIV go through. Discrimination, anxiety. Put yourself in a position where you have to attend to school and people have to taunt you. Put yourself in a position where the society doesn't accept you for who you are. This is the mentality our schools, our societies had. I asked myself one day, who is going to be the change? Who is going to bring the change in the society? Who is it going to be? It had to start with me. I remember I set a club in school. My main aim was to transform people's mentality, was to change people's mentality, for them to stop seeing our disabilities, for them to see our abilities. I remember these groups had people who are suffering from HIV and had people who are not suffering from HIV. I told them that we go through anxiety. We also have rights. We also have feelings. We have the capability to be leaders in societies. When people started listening to what I say, there was a huge transformation in society. I became the change I wanted to see in the world. The society started changing because people believed that we go through pain. People saw the problems we go through. I remember I used to write my problems to this paper each and every single day. But when I knew that I was the change to transform people's mentality, to show that we have capabilities to change everything. I tore this paper because I knew I had the capabilities to change it. Like everyone out there who has road problems here, be the change to this problem. Tear this paper. Show the world that you can change everything because you are the one to change. Be the change you wish to see. Like the way I changed our society is the way you should change the people. Be the change you wish to see in this world.
Tell your neighbor, neighbor, this is the finals. Let us have speaker number 4 on stage, Kamurara Daniela.
Please tell us your name and your school.
Kabura Daniela, Citizen Secondary School, Eleventh.
Whenever you're ready, you can start.
I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. And one of the things that I cannot accept is a society that discriminates. A society that treats people differently based on particular diseases, and in this case, the HIV/AIDS disease. Let me ask you, how would you feel if you were stigmatized based on your dark complexion or your discolored hair? Wouldn't you hate it? Wouldn't you dread it? Wouldn't you feel that the world has come to an end? So let me ask you, why do you treat the people with HIV like outcasts? Is it their problem that they have the virus? Okay, yes, it might be. But is it their fault? No one discriminated you because of what you look like. So what gives you the right to treat people that way? Tell me. Why do you refuse to be in the same environment that they are in, very well knowing how the virus is spread? Why? As a society, we have failed and we cannot continue like this. What are we going to do? We need to empower youth voice for this positive change. And that is why I am here to speak to you. Our elders will be gone by 2030. But you, the youth, you will be in the afternoon of your lives. So if we are to talk about societal change, it has got to be us, the youth, you and I. No one else. Not our parents. Not the people that are older than us. I therefore urge you to support the people that are living with this virus. Let us show them love, care, and support in every way we can. If we do this, it's going to enable people to get treatment from the different health centers and take their medicines with good adherence and even live positively. Let us urge people through the media to participate in the different things that take place. Take an example of the Kabaka's birthday runs, or the Y Plus beauty contests that are held by the Uganda network of young people living with HIV/AIDS. All these things are there for you to empower these people that are living with the virus so they can live positively. And it only starts with you and I as the youth. In a nutshell, the more youth begin to recognize that they have a voice, the more change is possible. Youth empowerment is very important to me because the youth are the future, And when we give them the power to change the world, we give them the power to break cycles of the mistakes that our parents made in the past. In a nutshell, I urge you all to be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that speech. We will count number 5 from St. Joseph's Girls, SS, Phoebe.
Your name?
Phoebe Asia from St. Joseph's Girls, SS Sunday.
You can start whenever you are ready.
My speech will begin in 3, 2, 1. Change is inevitable, and when time changes, everyone else must follow. If not, time will surely change. Ladies and gentlemen gathered here today as a beacon of unwavering determination, resolute in my mission to obliterate this insidious disease HIV by 2030, I am here today to tell you about the biggest hurdle standing in our way to achieving our goal. See, when people say things in society, we tend to perceive things according to how the person said it. If they approach you friendly and say, "You look nice today," you will believe it. But if someone puts on a plastic smile and says, "You look nice," you will think that the person is telling a lie, right? Well, I do not understand why we constantly keep pushing ourselves down and talking ill about people that have HIV, yet it's just one diagnosis. I mean, people are diagnosed every single day with malaria, flu, asthma, pneumonia, and I don't see ourselves disassociating with those people. In fact, I see all of us joining hands. When someone gets an asthma attack, we lift them up and take them to the sick bay or to the nearest medical center to get treatment, and we can't do the same for someone with HIV. We call ourselves the human race, and we say we are the most compassionate and the wisest species on earth, but I'm starting to think otherwise. Despite the progress made in the medical advancements, stigma continues to persist, hindering each and every single step we make towards achieving our goal. You see, every time we take one step forward, stigma pulls our 5 steps back. We are pulling ourselves back by not recognizing that a single word like, "Oh my God, you slept with Rogie and you got AIDS," is killing someone outside there. Stigma is born out of ignorance and fear, but it thrives on misconception and stereotypes, leading to discrimination, isolation, and even violence against people start living with HIV. It is our duty, though, to shine the torch and creep out the shadows of stigma before we are completely consumed in total darkness. To effectively see the change we want to see, we must start by educating ourselves. See, knowledge is power, and I cannot tell you something I do not know, because when I tell you something that I do not know, I have fooled you, me, and the world at large. So educate one another. Let your neighbor on your right, on your left, know that if I have HIV and I share a handshake with you, a hug right now, you're not going to get HIV. In fact, you would have empowered me. A good morning message to someone who you know is suffering from HIV could do much more change than you believe it can do. But see, education alone is not enough. We must also address the deep-rooted fear and prejudice that exists within our communities. Now, this requires honest conversations about HIV and an open, free space where these people can open up to us. Ending stigma on HIV is not an easy task. It requires commitment, perseverance, and collective effort. But I believe that we can do it. If we can make bombs and missiles to destroy each other, we can destroy a tiny virus.
So, in conclusion, I urge every single one of you here today to join me in the fight against stigma. Let us educate ourselves. Let us challenge all the biases and stereotypes that we created, and together we can build a society that is inclusive, understanding, and free of stigma. Brothers and sisters here today, spread the gospel and be the change you want to see in the world.
It is getting hot in here. Judges, pass, sip some water, sip some water, sip some water. Judges, sip some water. Sip some water. It is getting hot. All right.
Okay. So let's calm down. I know that speech wants you all to say woohoo. All right. So let's have the next speaker come take the stage and make us say woohoo. All right, let's stop that. All right, next speaker, please come and take your stage. Jasmine.
Your name and school. Use the mic.
Namali Jamila Jasmine, King's College.
You can start whenever you are ready.
In 2018, I lost a friend. Her name was Jenny. Jenny had a ticking time bomb in her blood caressing her white blood cells. Jenny had a grenade in her heart, the same grenade that 1.4 million Ugandans walk around with. With no idea of when it can set off. Yes? But what breaks my heart is that I did not know about this until Jenny's death. Yet me and Jenny were like this. We were so close. We planned our lives out together. We planned out our leavers party. We planned out our graduation, our wedding, our prom. Everything, we did it together. But no matter how close we were, she was scared of letting me know about her HIV status. Because of you, Jenny was scared to let me know, even me, her closest friend, that she was infected with a deadly virus. The same deadly virus that is living in 1.4 million Ugandans. That's a large number. It was because of you, the stigma that you have created, the environment that you have created, that people are scared. You've discriminated them, stigmatized them, isolated them. They no longer have the courage to even stand up and talk about how they feel. But you see, I want to ask you, would you want to lose your friend? I believe not. So if that's the case, we need to change. We need to change. And how are we going to do that? By accepting the transformation. We need to fight the stigma, which has not only propelled the epidemic but hindered progress in its fight. I believe the change is possible, right? And it starts with us, the youth, empowering each other's voices for a change. That if your TikTok page has more followers than mine, then post a video of me talking against AIDS, preaching against that, yes? That if your YouTube page has more subscribers than I, then post a video of us helping those who are suffering with AIDS. We need to help each other. We need to be each other's voices. You understand? For let this not just be a slogan, right? I need it to be action. We need to take action in such a case. Yes? For us as the young generation, we possess the power to challenge and we shape the narrative that perpetuate discrimination. We have the tools, the energy and determination to do just that. Change shouldn't just be rhetoric. I will say this again, it should be action. We must educate ourselves and our peers about AIDS. We must break the chains and promote safe practices. The chains surrounding stigma. We need to support those living with the virus. And for those living with the virus, it's not a death sentence. Therefore, don't go spreading it to everyone else. Take the ARVs, reduce the viral load, you will surely heal. Yes? Let's not forget for policies that prioritize public health. And I want to assure you that it starts with you. Therefore, work with you. One family, one region, one nation, one continent, a united world that can combat the virus by 2030, neutralize the grenade. Therefore, I want to tell you, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Because of who? Because of who? Because of you. You. All right. Let us have number 7. Ayebare Roni Dare, St. Mary's College, Subi.
Are you ready, Terry?
Cool.
St. Mary's College, Subi.
Can start whenever you are ready.
Okay, so my speech begins in 3, 2, 1. My speech begins in 3, 2, 1. Growing up, I had a lot of confidence issues. Every time I was in class and they asked a question, I always wanted to put up my hand, but I never did. Because I had the thought that someone else would put up their hand, but no one ever did. And this really perturbed me. So I went to my mother and asked her for advice. I asked her for what I could do in such a situation, and she told me one thing. Rodney, stop waiting for a leader. Look in the mirror. It's you. And I took her advice, and when I went back to school, every time they asked a question, I put up my hand. Every time they asked us to do something, I did it. I became the leader I was waiting for. You know, anyone can come up here and talk about how HIV destroyed their communities, about how HIV led to the death of their relatives, their friends, their teachers, and their mentors. Anyone can come up here and talk about how HIV led to their community members committing suicide, how HIV led to their siblings harming their bodies, cutting themselves, burning themselves, so that the pain they felt on the inside could be compared to the pain they felt on the outside. Anyone can come here and tell you how their neighbors with HIV took drugs. They took drugs to get that 1 second of peace, that 1 second of happiness, knowing that whatever effect the drugs had on their bodies could not be compared to the effect that stigma had already had on them. But how many people would listen to them? How many people would take them seriously? How many people would listen to a person who has never had HIV/AIDS? Someone who had never experienced HIV stigma and isolation. Many of us have been fighting HIV and its stigma for years. We have been on the front lines fighting it. But let me ask you something. Why is it still here? Why hasn't it been eradicated yet? That is because no one can listen to someone who has never had HIV tell them how HIV affects people. No one can listen to someone who has never had HIV tell people how HIV stigma affects people. That is like a rich person coming and telling people that poor people don't have it easy. Poor people's lives are hard. Isn't it? Who here would listen to him? Who here would take him seriously if they were in the audience? If we want stigma to go away, if we want isolation to go away, if we want the people to listen to us, then the people with HIV, the people who are being affected, need to stand up and tell the people what it feels like to have HIV. They need to tell the people what it feels like to be stigmatized, what it feels like to be isolated. They need to tell the people this, and I am sure after this, they will listen. Because once the people hear this from someone who has lived this, someone who has experienced this, then there is no way they will refuse to listen to what they are talking about. And when they do, stigma will reduce, because it is one of the key reasons why HIV is still with us. That's why I want to say, you the people with HIV, stop waiting for an uninfected person like me to come and fight for you. Be the leader you want to fight for you. Just like Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Thank you very much for that speech. Let us have number 8, Mirembe Jenny from Budini SS.
Your name and school?
Mirembe Jenny Prudence is my name, from Budini SS.
You can start whenever you're ready.
And my speech will start in 3, 2, and 1. Like days and nights, times and tides, there happens change in the world every single second. Just like in the night as you sleep, and then it becomes cold, and your blanket is at your feet. You will definitely pull it up to cover your body. But then, if the night suddenly becomes hot, then automatically you kick back the blanket back towards your feet. So as a human, I advise you to adapt to the change that happens in the world, because a smart human is one who adapts to the change that he or she has found. But one who brings about the change he or she wants to see in the world makes a history of societal transformation. Societal transformation is a concept that has been overlooked by most of the societies we live in today. And the very clear evidence of this ignorance is seen in the increasing numbers of HIV stigmatization that we have in our community. And yet, societal transformation is very paramount in our community. But is there anything we can do about this? Yes, there is something we can do about it, because we as the youth, it's not I as the youth, but it's we as the youth have within us the power to create a meaningful change that will fight against the unjust discrimination and the stigmatization that very many people are facing out there in our communities. We as the youth, our actions matter. But when our voices are put together, they surely will be loud enough for everyone to hear. Because 2 is better than 1. It is very crucial for us to understand that empowerment of our voices is very paramount for a positive change in our community. But what does it mean to empower voices? It simply means being responsible for your education and being informed of particularly what do you want. It means fostering a conversation that will challenge the misguided misconceptions about HIV, the stereotypes and the myths that are ongoing in the communities where we live in. But most importantly, it means giving yourself a personal commitment to be the best advocate for us who are affected by HIV, but most importantly, by that person in your community who is infected and affected by this disease at the same time. Because who knows what the person is going through. We really need to be that change. We really need to adapt to that change in order for you to help the one person that you look up to in your community. When we envision a world without stigma, I want you to try and close your eyes for a second and imagine a world without stigma. How would it look like? Like, how do you want your future world to look like without stigma? I want a world where everyone is treated with respect, regardless of their health status. I want to see everyone welcome and accepted in a community where we live in. Because in this world, we as the youth have now become the mouthpiece of the world. We should come together with determination because we have the power deep within us to lead to a societal transformation. And finally, which is why I always stand and tell us to always be and always remember and live by Mahatma Gandhi's words. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Hey, I wonder, are you feeling it? What about them? Oh, come, are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Eh? The greatest minds in Uganda, are you hearing? Let us have number 9, Kamugo Tyra Nasali.
Your name and school?
My name is Kakugotara Nasali. My school is Green Academy Chumuri. Should I spell the names or?
All right, you can start whenever you're ready.
Could I just ask before I start how you'll be timing?
You're going to listen to a bell as after 1 minute, then when 3 minutes, and when time is up, I wish you the best. Should I spell it?
All right, you can start whenever you're ready.
Flowers don't tell, they show. You see, these wise words by Stephanie Skin help us to understand that you can tell the quality of a soil beneath a flowering plant by examining the petals. And just like by examining the petals and the soil, we can also determine the quality of a society based on the health of the individuals living within it. Unfortunately to say, if we're going to consider this flower as Uganda, our soil is polluted. What exactly is wrong with our soil? Well, you see, if we're looking at the health of specific individuals, the highest causing death factor within Ugandans is HIV and AIDS. And when we're talking about people living with HIV and AIDS, the stigma is too prevalent within our society. And thus, you can liken Uganda as a country to this. Imagine you want to put a flower in here and let it survive. No matter what you do, the flower can't survive. It's cut off from air and there's no water inside. So the problem is, if there is a systemic problem within our society, how do we solve it? There is a theory Wikipedia simply describes as societal transformation. Now this is when you cause a shift in the norms and the habits and the values valued within a society. And the only way how we can do this is by causing a deep and sustainable change. Fortunately for us, the power structure within Uganda lies in the hands of the youth. So by empowering these youth, specifically those living with HIV and AIDS, we will be able to see a systemic transformation. But what exactly do I mean? Well, I mean giving power in organizing, implementing, and also being a part of the say that gets to implement certain plans within society towards people living with HIV and AIDS. Transferring that power from the stakeholders to people actually living with the disease. Imagine getting a suit tailored just for you, giving the flower exactly what it needs. Now, you might be asking, what exactly is this supposed to do for our society? Well, if we actually take a step back and focus on society, the information given to individuals is like opening the still, letting the air out, finally breathing, having information that you need concerning your health. And then that given to the different people within society. It's like pouring water into a tin. Now, given all this, in summary, what exactly would this cause for our world? Well, we'll be able to see that because of the end of stigma, we will have nurtured an environment in which people living with HIV and AIDS are empowered. The needs of the flower are catered to. We will have set off on a trajectory in which, finally, zero stigma, leading to zero infections. And so I want you to understand that you need to be the change that you wish to see in society.
All right, let us welcome. We are about to reach the climax. Let us have number 10. Let me hope they don't tell us to spell their names. Auno Anuo Doreen from Sorority SS.
Name and school?
My name is Anua Doreen from Sorority Secondary School.
Whenever you're ready, you can start.
I was denied access to basic opportunities in my village. I was denied to participate in activities in my village just because I have HIV. My society thought that if they would associate with me, I would infect them. What pains me the most is that they always tell me to my face, that I look thin. The worst and terrible moment that I live never to forget in my life is when they told me that I would die quickly since I had the virus in me. I felt so small. I felt out of place. I felt as if I was the worst thing one would ever wish to see in society. And you know what hurts me the most and keeps me thinking is that even the young people spearheaded this act. And yet today in society, the highest percentage of people who are experiencing stigma are the young people. Have you ever asked yourself that why is stigma not high in the Western countries and it's high in our country today? It's a high time we empower the youth voices and embrace societal change and validate it, because with this, we are likely to achieve an HIV-free stigma future. And we can empower the young people today through creating awareness campaigns that give them chance to share different experiences and ideas on HIV/AIDS. Because their voices matter in this fight. Their ideas matter in this fight. It's a matter of us to value collective responsibility. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. It's a high time we formed in the anti-stigma clubs on social spaces, communities, and schools, whereby this emphasize on sensitizing community on HIV/AIDS and on how to preach information that speaks against stigma. This can act as platforms that give us courage and confidence to stand out there and share our life stories on HIV and come up with ideas that will help us fight stigma and implement them into action. We can end a vice that brings us pain, that brings us sorrow, that brings us misery, that causes us a terrible situation. And do you know what this vice is? HIV stigma. We can end it still through creating awareness, whereby we have one who is willing to carry out their heart, move out there, raise their voices, carry their posters, their banners, and just that have information and the stigma. This will enable us to fight stigma in our societies. We can do this through sensitization, whereby we talk to community, tell them on how HIV is spread, on how it's prevented, and on how to support those who live with stigma in society. We can do this. We can do this also through carrying out education, talking to community, telling them more knowledge on HIV/AIDS and on how we can prevent stigma in our societies today. We can also do this through abstinence, especially with the young people, if we put it in as an emphasis, through the practice of safer sex, whereby we use the condoms. Today, I want to tell you that you realize with all this, we are able to end stigma in our societies and cause in a change. Today, one may not be cured, but the HIV they hold in them is not spread through a handshake nor a hug. It's a high time we stood in to cause a change and fought for what is right. And you know what something right is? It's saving the lives of people and also promoting in a peaceful living. I would like to tell you that you can cause a change and support everyone in society because we are all equal. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
It seems you are already ready. So please tell us your name and your school.
My name is Ira Rita from Maryhill High School.
You can start whenever you're ready. Audience.
Imagine a world where every youth is empowered for a positive change. Just like a ripple in a pond, the individual's effort spreads out, creating waves that inspire the rest to do the same. The change starts with you, and it does not end with you. It ripples out and inspires the rest. The best way to predict a future is to actually create it. Once upon a time, in
small anonymous village, there lived a great monster. The village head had put a gift for whoever is going to get rid of this monster. And that person was supposed to be the heir since he could not bear children. Each and every individual tried as much as they could to get rid of it, but it was all in vain. It was only after, when they combined efforts, that they actually used ropes, used traps, pangas, name it all ears, that they killed this. In this world, in this society, stigma is the monster. This is our society, as pure as it is. And stained with stigma, it loses its purity. It loses its goodness. Is this water still pure? Is it still as pure as it looked before? Now this is stigma, manipulating people, hiding them from what exactly they are. They do not get to maximize their full potential. And today I stand here to advocate for you to come and join me, just like those people in that village did. Join me in this fight, because it is unity that is going to answer this. In this fight, we are not only fighting against the virus, it is a fight for health, a fight for dignity, a fight for each and everyone's rights. And how are we going to do this? We shall empower the youth, because the youth occupy 25% of the global population. The youth are the most affected by this disease. And we are going to empower them. We've seen very many advocations. UNSA has put a platform through debates and speeches for the youth to be empowered and air out their voices towards the end of HIV. We are going to empower them through social media platforms and technology and innovations. Think it through. Are you preaching out people to have protected sex? Are you using that condom? Of course. You could say yes, but deep down, you know the truth. Let us transform our society for the better of it. Create persistent commitments against HIV stigma. Barack Obama once said that change will only come if we do not wait for someone else or some other time, but stand up, because we are the change we are waiting for. And each one of us, as I conclude, has the power to make a difference, no matter how big or small, by taking action, raising awareness, and supporting the afflicted, affected, and affected. And by the end of this, we shall all enjoy the fruits of our hard work, the fruits of our good deeds, having a healthy community, having a healthy family. Isn't this what we want for ourselves? Be the change you wish to see in the world.
All right. Don't you think that Musa is going to buy 10 laptops this year? Yeah. All right, let us have, last but not least, Onyait Churchill from St. Mary's SS, Mutungo.
My name is Onyait Churchill from St. Mary's SS Mutungo.
audience, please, let us give him a chance to speak. Can we do that? If you do so, after here, I will dance for you.
You can start whenever you're ready.
You're all looking so beautiful tonight, like this flower. But if I may ask, how many of us here have young sisters or brothers? Brother, show hands. How many of us dressed in? Yeah, you people deserve a round of applause because you play a really big role in your families. Listen, I have always wanted to see my brother grow up and be as beautiful as this flower, with a beautiful scent, with a future that is so successful. I have always wanted to see him focus on his education. I have always wanted to see him have a better career in the future. But I have been the same person destroying the flower because I could not be the flower I wanted my brother to become. I always wanted to see my brother focused in class, but I was the same person running 7 successful relationships. I had a girlfriend in senior 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 in senior 5. Plus 1 at home. And I love them equally. But the most interesting thing is, I never wanted to see my brother do these things. I never wanted to see him engage in relationships. You see, I always wanted my brother to abstain from early relationships. I always wanted to see him abstain from early sex. But I was this person that loved Nyash. Trust me, my brother was learning each and everything that I was doing. Do you want to know how I found out? He took 3 of my girlfriends. But listen, this is not what I wanted my brother to be. I wanted him to be a flower. But because I could not be the flower, he could not be the flower. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of us have ever dreamt of a world where people of HIV are not stigmatized? How many of us have dreamt of a world where we share regardless the health status? And how many of us have dreamt of a world where people are faithful to their partners? But how many times have we been the change? How many times have we stood up to preach that HIV is not a curse? How many times have we stood up to say that HIV is real, but it does not kill? You can still live even if you have it. You see, when I stood up and changed my characters, my young brother learned a lesson, and right now he's a top G in class. He scores the highest grades. That is what we need to employ in the fight against HIV. We all need to stand up and be the flower. Instead of destroying the flower, let us stand up and say that HIV is real, it kills. Let us spread that message. Let us welcome people that have HIV. If we want to see the world united, if we want to see the world working together, let us stand up and say, you are all welcome. Be the flower, and people will take your lead. So many of us expect to see change in others, but we are not willing to change ourselves first. You see, if you expect to see change in others, you should be the change. You should be the change that you want to see in the world. You should be the flower, because each and every one is seeing you. Your young brothers are seeing you. Our society is seeing you. Stand up and preach love. Churches, mosques, everyone, we need to stand up and preach that people with HIV are not cursed. They are part of our society. They are part of us. I call upon each and everyone to be a flower. Let us be faithful. Let us abstain. Let us do the needful if we have to fight the stigma. Let us do each and everything that we need in our lives to live a successful life, because our future is in our hands. Be the change that you wish to see in the world.
Alright, so how many of us wish to be the flower? crowd says, woo-hoo! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And a disclaimer, please don't have 7 girlfriends. It's not healthy.
Even one is not advised.
Until you are married.
You want to dance? Mr. Dungo, he will dance when he's giving the results. I promise. I promise. We have someone who is a debater who has said they want to challenge the public speakers. The public speakers, that someone from the audience is very good at public speech, and he feels like all the people who were doing public speech didn't do it justice. Let them come here as I read these people. We don't want a challenger. Aliwa, you come quickly, challenger. Temwagala. Temwagala. Rachi. Rachi. You come. For that reason, you come. Okay, so we are going to also call upon these people who got the scholarships from the sub-regionals to take their seats. Please clap for them. These guys worked for this, yeah? I'm going to call them one by one, and as they come forward, you clap for them as they take their special seats there, okay? These are the debaters who got scholarships from the sub-regionals. We have Lamaro Cynthia from Green Hill Academy. Let's clap guys, let's clap for them. Yes, let's keep it rolling until they take their seats. Where is Lamaro Cynthia? Yes, let's clap for Cynthia guys. Well done Cynthia, well done Cynthia. You have an executive seat there, yes, over there. Nuamanya Mogisha Evans, St. Henry's College, Kitogo. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for Evans, guys. Where's Evans? Let me see you. Yes, he's at the back. We keep doing it, guys. This is well deserved. Yes, 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 yes. Keep it going. Keep it going. So. Navidia Priscilla Patrick from St. Baliku Dembe Senior Secondary School, Mukono. Let me see the hands, guys. Let me see them. Let me see them. Yes, Priscilla, well done. Then we have Atukunda Patricia Eliza from Mary Hill High School. Atukunda Patricia Eliza, where are you? Yes, let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I wrote Judith Gloria from Sacred Heart Senior Secondary School. Judith Gloria, are you here? Where's Judith Gloria? Judith Gloria, are you here? I can't see Judith Gloria. Let me see your hand if you're here, Judith Gloria. Not here? Okay, next person. Mwanga Frank, Kaloko Christians High School, Luero. Let's clap for him, guys. Yes, let's do it. Thank you. Then we have Kule Eric from St. Leo's College, Chegove. Kule. Well done, Kule. Next we have Mudua Sulaina from Bale Secondary School. Guys, you keep doing it. Then we have Nalugo Ruth from Kasenyi SS. Nalugo. Well done. And then we have Chiza Masi from Masindi Secondary School. Where's Chiza Masi? Masi, where are you? Where's Masi? Okay, let me go to the public speakers now. They are also 10, 11 in number. I hope the seats are still there. They'll use those. Okay, perfect. These won a scholarship under public speech. Labija Martin from St. Joseph's College, Laibi. Let's clap for Martin, guys. Let's clap for Martin. Martin, where are you? Martin? Okay. Then we have Onyate Churchill, St. Mary's FS Mutungo. The last public speaker. Are you here? You have a seat reserved for you here in the building because you got a scholarship during the sub-regionals. Come take your seat. Let's give it up for Martin. Yes. Martin, 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 Martin. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the one giving you direction. Your seat is over there. Yes, over there. Yes. Mato. Okay, and then we have who else? Okay. Oh, this was Churchill. Sorry. Then the third person we have Kaburala Daniela, Citizen High School. And then we will get now number 10 there, Esther from Stivois Christian High School. Number 10 there, Esther, where are you? Where? That's Esther? Okay. Next on the list is Namara Christine from King Solomon's College, Chetega. Let's clap for Christine, guys. Where are you? You're Mercy? Take your seat over there, Mercy. Christine, is Christine here? Yes, Christine, your seat is over there. Then we have Anua Doreen from Sorority SS. Doreen, let's give it up for Doreen, guys. Doreen, I'm not seeing you guys. Let's give it up for Doreen. Doreen, your seat is over there. And then we will have Lejude Junior Jerry from St. Joseph's Seminary, Nyenga. Junior Jerry. Then we have Nateba Emma Womane from Bale SS. Well done. And then Mirembe Jean Prudence from Budini SS. Where are you, Jean? And then we will have, yes, Inamatsko Colin from Chigando Secondary School. And lastly, guys, we will have Netaru Happy Hamelide from St. Andrea Kawa College, Hoima. Well done, guys. Yes, lastly we will have Eduono Elisha from Achaba SS. Elisha, where is he? Yes, well done, guys. Take your seat. Okay, our public speaker from the audience is here. Show some love, guys. This is from your team, yeah? Show some love! Let's see. You must be a 10 out of 10. I've already told them that you're bad.
Wow, thank you. Before I start my speech, I would love to say one thing. That owing to the fact that many of us have not made it to our expectations, it does not mean that maybe we are stupid, we are too bad, but it means we need to try harder and then do something a little bit harder and change a little bit in your souls. Okay. Let me begin my speech. I don't know the minutes. Oh. Okay. know a butterfly? Do you know the stages it undergoes through to become what it is after? From the eggs to the larva stage. From the larva stage to the pupa stage. From the pupa stage to becoming a real butterfly. From the eggs, it is a neutral stage. Eggs are less harmful. Eggs are pure. They can't harm each other. But as they move from the egg stage, they go to the larva stage. This is also known as the caterpillar stage. The caterpillar stage is very dangerous. It eats crops, leading to low photosynthesis, leading to low crop yields, and less food in the society. People die of hunger. However, from the caterpillar stage, it goes to the pupa stage. This is a dormant stage. And from the dormant stage, it goes now to becoming a beautiful butterfly that pollinates flowers, leading to crops, and a lot of fruits are produced in a society. Now, listen to this. From the time HIV entered into the world, where we lived as eggs in the neutral stage. Now, when HIV came into the world, it came with stigma. Stigma being much more dangerous as the virus itself. Now, stigma becomes the caterpillar. Many of you listening to me are acting as caterpillars. And now, you are stigmatizing the people with the virus. Instead of giving hope to those people, you keep quiet, you don't provide them with the love they need. Now, others are becoming like pupa stages. They are dormant. Even when they can help people, they still stay quiet. They look at you being in a problem, but they stay dormant. They don't give you the support you need. They don't give you the care. And that's why we are seeing a number of people killing themselves. We are seeing a number of people committing suicide. We are seeing a number of people being in a world where they feel less human. Now, if we transform ourselves and we go to the butterfly stage, where we are beautiful, we pollinate flowers. If you act as a butterfly and you transform yourself and you become a pollinator, you become a reason for one's success. You become a reason as to why somebody is living. You become a reason as to why somebody is still taking a breath. We shall live in a world of harmony. We shall live in a world where there is peace and everything we ever need. Mahatma Gandhi said that be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you.
What have we learned from the speech? Don't be a caterpillar, be a pollinator. Have we understood? Okay. Next on our program, I'm going to give an opportunity to one of our partners. I don't want to say the name wrongly. Soawe, to give remarks. Soawe, one of our partners who have been part of us, who have made UNSA Debate and Public Speech Championships 2023 a success. People are moving out. Where are we going? Eh? Where are we going? Why are we moving out? Yes, let's give it up for Zoe!
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. My name is Asimwe Apashimana. I have been a student leader in UNSA, and for those of you who are common and have shared on a close basis, I have been serving as the Secretary for National Affairs, and therefore I'm glad today that we are here today sharing and partnering with the students' movement. I, however, today work with Soawe, and so we are believing in harnessing the wind beneath our wings. That means each of us has the capacity to still unravel all that best part that is in you. And we believe we can support each other, and that's why today we are here to work and serve with the students' movement in this country. I would want to take a chance to invite the director of So Away, who is none other than Mega Narutaya, for our package. I want to thank you as well. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Mega Narutaya. I addressed you on Tuesday. I cannot say I am a contender or I can challenge the people who spoke before me, but I would like to just tell you a story. How many people like stories? Now I'm more comfortable. So I'm going to tell you a story. But before I do that, I want you to know that I was in a certain part of this world and I saw in the genocide monument words were written that the future lost. The future lost. I'm glad that out of the speeches we've had today, I'm sure that the future will not lose. Because of the great, brilliant young men and women that are here, that are going to be the change we want to see in the world, the future will not lose. Okay? Well, once upon a time, can I come closer? Once upon a time, there was a maker, and the maker made something called a pencil. And he said to it, "Pencil, I'm going to send you out to be sold, but I want you to remember 6 things that will help you to be a success wherever you go." Now, you, my friend, you're here, but you're wondering how you're going to be the change you want to see in the world. I want to tell you how with these 6 things. Number 1, he said, "Pencil, I want you to know that the best part of you is on the inside." Like a pencil is nothing if it does not have the black lid inside, right? So the same with you. You are a brilliant speaker, you are a brilliant debater, you're smart, you get 8 in 8, but I want to remind you that the best part of you is on the inside. It doesn't matter how brilliant you are, if your character is wrong, you're not going to be anything in this world. Because no one can go higher than their character. No one can become better than the kind of person they are on the inside. Now, in biology, no, not biology, physics, they teach us that if internal pressure is greater than external pressure, what happens to the object? It expands. Is it so? If internal pressure is greater than external pressure, the object? But if external pressure is greater than internal pressure, what happens to the object? So the same with you. If your internal pressure, who you are on the inside, is greater than the problems, the challenges that will inevitably come to you in life, you will thrive. I told you on Tuesday that I am born from a place called Kawale, a ghetto in Kawale called Bugonji. If you know Bugonji, you know that it has international thieves, international prostitutes. You know Bugonji, right? Yeah. So I have a witness over there. That's where I was born. And to make it worse, when I was still young, 4 years old, my father died. When I was 5, my mother died. Sadly, they died of HIV. What we are debating here today. When my parents died, life became worse. I was left in a household of 17. And sadly, my guardian was also 17. And life was really tough. So what did my cousins begin to do? They began to get married to men twice their age. Others began to become drug dealers. Others became prostitutes, and others did whatever they could to survive. My sister, our firstborn, was in P7. And what did she do? She dropped out of school because she was tired. And when she dropped out of school, she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, she tried to abort and she died. I saw her bleeding to death, and that's a sight I will never forget. On my end, I knew that life was over. And so I tried to commit suicide thrice. At the age of 8, I knew that there was nothing to my life, and I tried to commit suicide. I'm here today because I never died, thanks be to God. Now, right there, I met 2 gentlemen in church who told me that I could be something, and they began encouraging me. They began writing to me some notes. One of them is actually here, over there. He's not as old as I'm making him sound, but yeah, that was true. When I was in S1, he began to encourage me, and here I am today. What's the difference between me and my sister? It's called internal pressure, right? When internal pressure is greater than external pressure, the object will expand no matter the challenges you face in life. If you decide, you can win. There is no one who is writing your story for you except yourself. I told you my parents died of HIV. My guardian is a B2 dropout. I am the last born in my family, but I was the first to go to university. Because I decided that that was my family's story, not my story. My story was mine to write. And so, the same with you. The best part of you is on the inside. Tell your neighbor the best part of you is on the inside. So it doesn't matter what happens to you, if the inside stays intact, you will be okay, all right? Now, number 2, pencil, I want you to know that you will have to go through some sharpening, some pain, in order for you to release the best part of you. Now, success is not an accident. You will never succeed by accident. You will not wake up in the morning and you have that 8 in 8. You will not wake up in the morning and you can debate so wonderfully. The best part of you is on the inside, and you must release it through pain. Number 3, I want to tell you, before I tell you number 3, I want you to know that the pain I'm talking about is the pain of discipline.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here. Wow,
you being able to go the extra mile, to put in the hard work.
Nationals, and let me, wow. What we have here. Wow, wow, wow.
My name is Manyangwa Drusilla, a student of Bugema Adventist Secondary School. I got the privilege to participate in the UNSA National Schools Debate and Public Speech Championships. It's been a really brilliant experience. I've interacted with a variety of people from different schools. I've learned so much, like different analysis of different stuff I didn't know before. I got a chance to visit this school, and I believe this will be a life-changing experience, not only for me and for the people who have taken part. I learned so much about stigmatization attached to HIV or AIDS, and I've learned that I can be an advocate for those living positively, and I hope you too can.
My name is called Moses Chambradi, that is from Bugema Adventist Secondary School, a debater. At this UNSA national debate, I've actually learned a number of things. To mention but a few, like right now, know what causes HIV/AIDS, the stigmatizations, the rate at which HIV has been covered, and the effectiveness of condoms that has been observed in Uganda. Looking at how it came in 1980 and how it was curbed in 1985 due to embracing a condom as one of the measures that can be used to curb HIV. I've met many people. For example, I have friends from KCB right now, from Nabingo, from Shark, and to mention just but a few. It has been a very good experience, though I expected things not to be that nice, but then they were so nice. This is an experience that somebody should have and should impact their lives. I know my life is not going to stay the same because I've made Kone with guys from different schools. My mind has been broadened. I don't think to remain the same. So this is something that everybody would wish their son or their daughters to actually attend. I thank the UNSA team that actually kept us safe and all the fun that we had.
Well, my name is Naskombi Michelle from Bugema Adventist Secondary School, and before I really go any further, I would like to thank our head teacher, that's Mr. Bukenya Stephen, our patrons, and everyone that has supported us to come here at the UNSA. If it wouldn't have been for them, then we would not be here. And well, at this place, St. Lawrence, Crown City campus, it's really a nice place. It's conducive for the debating and stuff. And then I've made connections with other friends from other schools, and then the experience about the debate thing, about HIV. This is where we've known how HIV is being curbed, the HIV stigma and everything that is educating about the youth. So I've really had a lot. We've enjoyed as a team because we've been working as a team. That's unity. So it has really been a nice experience. Thank you.
Hey people outside there, Uganda, we really thank this UNSA debate today because of what it has brought. Actually, it has done much more good than harm. My name is Joella Okiro. I'm from the East. I come from Wigan Secondary School. I do thank UNSA because actually it has really done much more good than, of course, what I expected was fulfilled. I expected meeting very many people, new friends, and indeed I've made very many new friends. Thank you so much.
Hi there, listeners from all over Uganda. My name is Akulu Tamali. I am from Faith Secondary School, and I have come for the UNSA National Debates Competition. This UNSA has really impacted a lot to us, the students. First of all, we came here, we expected to meet different people from different regions, and exactly that is what happened. We met people from the central, southern, eastern, western, from different parts of the country, and that is what we expected. And we are creating a lot of friends because they say that if you have many friends in future, there's nothing that can go wrong. Like if you get a friend, you can easily get connections, you can easily get jobs, you can never be disappointed. Thank you.
Hey guys outside there, how are you doing? I love the way you're listening us from all the part of the country, Uganda. Actually, my name is Jane Naomi Apio and I am from Faith Secondary School, Lira, and that is my magnificent school. I am really very happy and feeling myself of coming to this UNSA great debate. I really love myself for coming here. I love myself for like having that courage of going to where I am. I feel the new environment. I feel the good friends around. I really feel myself. I love this. Really, people, thank you. I love my magnificent school for doing this for me. Thank you.
Hello viewers, nice seeing you. Actually, I'm Adong Masler from Faith Secondary School, and as we came here, we are really excited to be in the new environment that you've never been in. We expected a lot of things. We've got new friends. What else have we done? We've learned new games. We are seeing that everything is going on well. We've not just had any cases of any problems. We're just having the environment is cool, getting new friends, meeting new people, and having new hobbies to learn. I really thank the UNSA for bringing us to this point, and I really thank ourselves for also participating and making it to this place. Now, I would like to encourage everyone who is out there to involve themselves in debates. I would like to also encourage the youth who are out there to involve themselves in things that prevent us from getting HIV, as clearly the reason as why we are here is to combat the spread of HIV. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Diana Akui from where I sit Senior Secondary School. I'm so proud to be here as a public speaker. My expectation was to be the great public speaker, win the trophy, take the medal. So what do? I expect all of you guys like the second championship, we all participate. We have made new friends and all seen greatness. Oh, thank you very much.
Hello viewers. I am a patron and a teacher of Faith Senior Secondary School, Lira City. I come from the north. I am called Mr. Chankwaro Samson Chiseka, aka that is Chiseka. I'm grateful to be here today. We came with a lot of expectations and we are still keeping the expectations. Of course, everyone who comes here have that expectation to win, go back with a trophy, medals, and be the best. But in every competition, there are winners and losers. That one should also be expected. My students and all the students from different schools learned a lot. The main theme was combating HIV and AIDS. This debate or mentor tournament or mentor soccer or mentor game is very important because it gives students the ability to think fast, to be problem solvers, to be job creators, not job seekers. So people who came here from different parts of the country, different parts of north, east, south, and west, and Uganda, they're here. My students have met their friends, you can see from here, and they have different experiences. Trust you me, viewers, that coming here and going back will never be the same way. If you come, you get new experiences, and you become a better person and a changed person. What is my communication or information to the people out there? One, the patrons or the schools which didn't send their representatives. Next tournament, please bring the learners. This is the avenue to learn, the avenue where they can get new skills and new ability. Let them get challenges from other people. When you are challenged, you go back a new person and you change your reasoning or thinking capacity. It is very important. These are the only thing we have. Remember, Uganda has 70% of youth and is the second country in the world with the lowest young population. So give them the ability, let them know about HIV/AIDS, let them know about debating, let them know about all things that they should know at the early stage. I want to thank you so much. I still remain Mr. Chankwaro Samson, a teacher of Faith Secondary School. Thank you very much. I am called Mr. Chankwaro Samson. Dear viewers, thank you for viewing us from all over Uganda and outside Uganda. That is the world in general. We are here at St. Lawrence, Crown City, Mpigi, for UNSA National Debate Championships 2023. We're having debating and public speaking or public speech. Very many schools, so far 100 plus or 120 schools have reported. and so far it is going on well. Students are doing their best. What people don't know is that patrons or teachers learn from learners, and learners also learn from teachers. Learning is a two-way traffic. That is why one wise man defined learning as what happened to us from the time we are born till the time we die. All the patrons in Uganda and the world in general, please engage your students in this noble course. Debating and public speaking is something very noble. That is why in the ancient Greece, people used to participate in rhetorics. If you remember those of Aristotle and Plato, what they wrote in their rhetorics, it is very good to judge people by what they come up with. We are gone past the days where people fight physically with force or strength. Nowadays, people deal with mental soccer. Please, send your student to think or reason with other students together. This is the Uganda we want. This is the young people we are going to produce. Thank you very much. God bless you.
My name is Nyesgo Nesmas from Premier Secondary School, Hoima City, and the so-called Oil City, Bunyoro Kitara sub-region. We came to the national level debate championship as we attained the 6th position in Bunyoro regional debates. And we came to the nationals to learn more, become more, and do more. And that's what we have obtained. Much as we have not become the best, but we have learned a lot of things, and we have seen a tangible change as far as the different spheres of influence are concerned, increasing on our mentorship, creativity, and making new friends, getting exposed and enjoying as far as life is concerned. More so, we stand and say that across the country, debate is so much important as it brings a lot of connectivity, making new friends, getting exposed as you learn more from others, because we believe that no one is a custodian and there is need to share ideas so that we can bring changes and rectify a lot of things in our country, Uganda, and the nation at large. More so, we stand and say that we as people from Premier, in a partnership with the different people from different schools across the country, as you have met at the national level, we therefore encourage you more to maintain the spirit, the passion of debates, that we don't know where basically our future is centered. We don't know where we can prosper from, but if we have the passion, if we have the creativity of debate, we maintain it much as we have not been the best. And not only that, I encourage you more that when, as far as these debates are concerned, we are getting into contact with different people, the future, the leaders of this nation. We are getting exposed to these people who will be helping us to get involved in further expenses. So let me give to another person from the same school. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Asingwa Rodrick Agaba from Premier SS Hoima, Bunyoro Kitara sub-region, and we really finally managed to qualify for nationals, and we came to debate, and we also acted in public speech, whereby our team didn't do the best of it, but I was actually in public speaking, and I was actually in public speaking, but I didn't really make it. But my expectations were to be among the best public speakers in the competitions. But however much I didn't really make it, but I really got some experiences whereby I learned some public speaking skills, and I really got some friends, new friends whom I will really chat with, and I really saw the different judges who judged us, of which we also saw the difference in schools, whereby we saw the schools that can manage to beat us, of which next time as we come, we shall come prepared. We see, and I urge all of you there who are seeing us live at UNSA TV, let us manage and come and participate in debates and public speaking. You can become the molders of consensus tomorrow. We talked about HIV/AIDS and ending HIV stigma in our livelihood, but I really thank all of you that participated in these competitions, and let all of you get the spirit and come and participate in UNSA championships so that you can attain the best of it. Let us become the people who are promoting Africa. Let us bring up our Uganda. Thank you.
My name is Siwana Joel from Premier Senior Secondary School, Hoima City. And for the case of the issues of the debates, I'm really so happy and so wishing to thank the UNSA organization and the government of Uganda at all. According to the experience, when I speak about the EC, I'm going to major speak about the experience I have got, my expectations, and briefly I would like to begin. At my experience which I have gained here, I came when I knew that I have adequately prepared myself for the win. And indeed, I was able to gain it. But what? Look at the fact that even if I have not made it to my expectations, these are what I'm assuring you that next time, if we happen to compete in these competitions, I'm assuring you that the trophy is ours. Oh, you may like to get an evidence, but look at the evidence of I'm presenting to you that they say that when you fall, it does not mean that you've fallen really. Instead, when you repeat it to fall, that one means the mistake. Oh, that one means that you're falling. But look, a mistake, it is not a mistake till you repeat it. There, it becomes a mistake. But I would like to encourage everyone who is watching us live on UNSA TV, that under this competition's theme, we had what we call ending HIV and stigma. Look, when we say about ending HIV, you must use what we call pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical measures or interventions to make sure that you end it. And then another one which I learned that we must pick up a pen or a pencil to write a picture of Africa ourselves, whereby we have now copied up a lot of Western culture, leaving our culture of which we are supposed to grow up, and let us write a picture of our country and the continent at large. Therefore, that was my speech, and I wish you a good time.
My name is Mugisha David. I'm from St. Mary's College, Rushoroza, Kabale. I've had a good experience here at the tournament. Definitely the experience has been good. I've enjoyed a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things. I've made new friends. How I wish all tournaments be like this, and then we enjoy, like we have a good showcasing of our ideologies. Since the theme was based on HIV, ending HIV stigma, I personally, as a youth, as a young person, have gotten something that I can take back to society or to my fellows, and then we see how stigma can end, as the theme was, by 2030. So what I expected, or my expectation was not met, but then that gives me a chance, or that gives me a ground to learn more, and then maybe next time or season 3, when season 3 comes, I'll be ready for that. So what I expect from the next season is definitely I'll come to compete, and then I think maybe when God is with me, or when luck is on my side, I'll achieve the best, or achieve the victory. Well, I thank UNSA very much for giving us a platform. How I wish each and every year this happens, and let us wait for next year to come. Blessings.